used the hell out of that video.
He did. He roughed me up.
Was that not wise? It was very
Yeah,
wise.
that's why I give him
Has
credit.
he ever thanked you?
Yeah, he didn't give me the thank you, but he said.
Ryan Garcia has fired back at Rolly Romero ahead of their fight, reminding fans that it was he who played a key role in propelling Rolly's fame. The fight has already generated immense hype, with everyone reacting passionately and eagerly awaiting the highly anticipated showdown. Famous fighter turned broadcaster Sergio Mora also shared his thoughts on the matchup, highlighting how the Fatal Fury card has gained significant prestige with a fighter like Ryan Garcia on it. Furthermore, Mora went on to emphasize that Garcia has a lot to prove in this fight.
Well, listen, man, Ryan Garcia is always exciting. You know, he's always going to be popular. All eyes on him. He's coming off a controversial fight with Haney, so he has a lot to prove and rectify with his not only his style but his image. You know, he has to come back and prove that he can do everything without the issues that he had, the PEDs thing, whether it was true or not.
Looking anxiously at how crucial it is for Ryan Garcia to prove his worth, Sergio pointed out that the responsibility now rests on Garcia's shoulders to convince people that he still possesses the persona of a powerful puncher with quick movement. He argued that while Ryan has the skill advantage, he cannot afford to underestimate a tough opponent like Rolly Romero. Furthermore, despite highlighting the flaws in Rolly's defense, Sergio went on to praise Romero's knockout background, hinting that an upset could be in store for Garcia.
Not only does he have to clean his image, he has to kind of convince people that he's still a power punching, fast, popular fighter that can do it on the big stage, and he's in there against a fighter that's going to give him other opportunities. And Rolly Romero comes to knock people out. You know, he has some holes in his defense. I think it's going to be a short, explosive fight where either of them could get hurt, because Garcia's vulnerable defensively as well.
Expanding further on his thoughts about the fight, Sergio predicted that it wouldn't last long, confidently stating that it wouldn't even make it to the second half. Mora pointed out flaws in the defensive skills of both Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia, suggesting that given these vulnerabilities, the fight would likely end within 5 rounds. Despite the expected short duration, Mora affirmed that the fight would still be an exciting one to watch.
For, you know, too much defensive flaws as well from both these guys. So yeah, man, I think it ends under 5 or 6 rounds easily, but it's going to be exciting.
Going further to predict a victory for Ryan Garcia, Sergio Mora emphasized that the fight would ultimately favor everyone's favorite, Ryan Garcia. He also warned Rolly to be prepared for the possibility of a knockout from Garcia, suggesting that the power and speed of Garcia would be too much to handle. He said, "Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia, we know who the favorite is, and we know it's probably going to end by knockout. Garcia's going to be somewhat of a favorite." Echoing similar sentiments, Imanta Stanionis also favored Ryan Garcia in the upcoming fight. In an interview with Rand Goodall from Fight Hype, he shared his predictions and explained why he was picking Garcia. Stanionis emphasized that Ryan possesses far superior fighting abilities compared to Rolly Romero, believing that Garcia will easily catch Romero. He also pointed out Romero's lack of solid defense, highlighting it as a major flaw that could prove to be a significant setback for him.
I'm very bad at predictions, but I'll go with Ryan.
Yeah, why? Just because he got the win, or I don't know what to call it with him and Devin. But why Ryan over Rolly?
I think he's faster and he can catch, and Rolly doesn't have like the best defense. That's why.
Moving on, whether it's a knockout or a decision win, the anticipation for this fight has been at an all-time high throughout the build-up. Despite having the advantage in skill and experience, Ryan Garcia isn't underestimating Rolly Romero. At the press conference, he expressed his thoughts on his opponent and shared his predictions. With unwavering confidence, Garcia boldly proclaimed that he would secure a stoppage against Rolly Romero with his left hook. He said, "All of my fights are a statement. Every fight is important. I can't go in there without trying to do my best, so of course. I put Rolly to sleep with a left hook. That's it. That's what you're going to see. Period." While many are picking Ryan Garcia as their favorite, Rolly Romero has criticized Garcia's professional resume. He lashed out at Ryan for failing to become a world champion despite having the opportunities. Reflecting on Ryan's past bouts, Romero pointed out how, despite the chances, Garcia didn't succeed. Not stopping at his criticism, Romero went on to call Ryan Garcia a model who is less involved in the sport of boxing itself and more focused on marketing himself through it.
He still hasn't been champion though.
Fair enough.
And the only times that he's ever had the opportunity to be champion was with Gervonta, but instead of trying to sacrifice the extra pound and trying to make 135, he decided not to. And then with Devin, who we clearly know he didn't even try to. He doesn't want to be champion. He wants to be a fucking model.
On the other hand, Ryan Garcia is determined to give Rolly Romero a massive beating, aiming to put an end to any lingering animosity between them. Their beef dates back to their past sparring sessions, and in a recent interview, Garcia blasted Romero for gaining fame from those sessions. He asserted that Romero has failed to show him the respect he deserves, while on the other hand, Romero continued to build momentum from that breakthrough sparring session, something Garcia believes he should get full credit for.
But
It's safe to say that you probably are the reason why Rolly has made the money he's made and has fought the fighters that he's fought and had that title.
and I think that's why he got his respect for me. You see, he ain't talking crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean,
told you, talk great.
That was new. I mean, his claim to fame,
new.
his claim to fame was that sparring video. Let's be honest.
Right.
And I don't know if you were 16, 17.
Adding more fuel to the fire, Akinak Reyes stepped in to clear the air regarding the sparring sessions between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. He highlighted how Romero has made all his money and fought big names thanks to that viral video, and pointed out that Romero continues to use that video to gain promotional and marketing value. Reyes also affirmed that during their sparring session, Romero didn't show Ryan Garcia the respect he deserved. In response, Garcia mocked Romero, asserting that he owes all his career boosts to him. Ryan questioned how someone he helped elevate could forget all that and now claim to be the real fighter, something Garcia strongly disagrees with, as he doesn't believe Romero is the real deal.
Yeah, 17.
17, right?
Buck 30,
So
buck 25.
he used the hell out of that video.
He did. He roughed me up.
Was that not wise? It was very
Yeah,
wise.
no, that's why I give him
Has he ever
credit.
thanked you?
Yeah, he didn't give me the thank you, but he said, you know, if you fuck the finest bitch, you're gonna tell everybody you fucked the. I'm like, bro, you crazy.
Reflecting on the situation, Ryan shared that he has learned a lot from the entire ordeal. He recalled the sparring session at the Mayweather gym, acknowledging how it ultimately helped him grow into a better person. Garcia expressed contentment over Rolly Romero disregarding him now, highlighting that he's perfectly okay with it. He emphasized that his focus is now solely on what will happen inside the ring when the time comes.
But at the end of the day, you know, he used it to his advantage. I'm not mad at him, but, you know, I always wanted to put a stake into it and say, like, you know, he had a little okay sparring match, you know, roughed me up. It actually taught me a lot, you know, because I was sparking everybody out everywhere I went.
In sparring.
Everybody, and that in the Mayweather gym. That's why it was even hyped that day for it. So it taught me a lot on what people are gonna try to do to me in the ring.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I see what they're gonna try to do.
It made you better.
While Ryan is confident in his ability to knock Rolly out, his former coach Bullet, also known as Cromwell Gordon, has warned him to not fall asleep on Rolly Romero, making a clear stance on distracting himself for never ever supporting Ryan. He went on to voice his thoughts in Rolly's favor. He also advised Rolly to play sharper against Ryan and never get slow anytime. He said, "I've never not rooted for him. Rolly's a fighter, he a dog. All that boxing just slows down, makes him think too much. So if he goes in there, keeps thinking and thinking and thinking, it's gonna make him slow to perform. He needs to just go in there and be who he is, which is a KO artist, you know what I'm saying?" On the other hand, Ryan Garcia's trainer, Eddie Reynoso, also weighed in on the preparations for the upcoming fight. He confidently stated that Ryan will deliver a massive beating to Romero. While acknowledging that Rolly Romero is an aggressive fighter, Reynoso emphasized that despite Romero's relentless style, Ryan Garcia is on another level and is fully prepared to showcase his best abilities in this fight, delivering a brutal performance.
Va a ser una buena pelea. Rolly es un peleador agresivo, un peleador que le gusta ir al frente. Es buen peleador, pero Ryan es de otro nivel.
As the discussion swirled leading up to the fight, Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero finally locked horns, and Fernando Vargas Jr. also stepped forward to share his thoughts. He pointed out that one thing that's undeniable is Rolly Romero's power. While acknowledging Romero's antics and trash talk, Vargas emphasized that Romero is a beast who could prove to be a tough opponent for Ryan Garcia. Vargas then shared his thoughts on how he believes Ryan Garcia will fare against Romero, highlighting the key factors that would allow Ryan to perform at his best. He concluded by predicting that the fight would end in a knockout, one way or another.
Fireworks. I know Rolly, he's always in a great fight because he has power, regardless of his antics and everything that he says. You know, Rolly comes to fight. Ryan, of all the things that are going on with the allegations with Devin Haney and all this stuff, I know he wants to have a clean slate. So, you know, he's coming motivated, and I see him, beating Rolly. Probably that fight has to end in a knockout, if you ask me.
Jermaine Ortiz also shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, describing it as an interesting matchup. He recognized the power of both fighters, but raised concerns about Rolly Romero's style. Ortiz noted that Romero's punches are often too slow and predictable, which could play into Garcia's hands. He predicted that Ryan Garcia would take advantage of these weaknesses and finish the fight with a left hook, ultimately forecasting a stoppage in Garcia's favor.
But I think it will be a good fight. You know, they both got power in their hands, but I think Rolly's way too slow. Way too slow. He shows his punches way too much. And I think Ryan will catch him with that left hook.
Sharing his thoughts on the upcoming fight, Showbiz the Adult weighed in, calling it a showdown of unprecedented proportions where both Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia would display their best skills. He emphasized that the fight would generate an immense response, similar to the buzz created by the Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis match. Showbiz also raised the question of whether Rolly Romero would follow a specific plan to knock out Garcia, suggesting that if he did, it would likely be seen as a bold, even somewhat ridiculous strategy. He further speculated that if Romero truly believes he can take down Garcia with a knockout, he would need to bring a level of precision and execution that has yet to be seen in his career. The stakes are high, and this fight, according to Showbiz, could be a defining moment for both fighters.
I know Rolly Romero versus King Ryan Garcia, there's going to be a knockout. And either way, if Rolly Romero were to knock out Ryan Garcia, that would be hysterical. Ryan Garcia, he knocks out Rolly Romero, he becomes like this superhero. Because the whole Tony Weeks, Barroso thing, okay, the press conference would be crazy. Don't forget, Rolly Romero versus Gervonta Tank Davis, before the Ryan Garcia fight, that was his biggest fight. He made for the biggest pay-per-view draw for Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to do the same. But don't forget, Gervonta Tank Davis, him versus King Ryan Garcia, did make history. And both of them were in the ring that night. So people want to see how Ryan Garcia looks coming back.
As the excitement continued to build, Robert Garcia also shared his thoughts, expressing eagerness for the fight to begin. He went on to favor Ryan Garcia, complimenting his fighting skills and experience. At the same time, Garcia acknowledged Rolly Romero, highlighting that while many favor Ryan Garcia, no one should underestimate Romero, who truly knows how to handle a powerhouse like Garcia. It's a matchup that promises to be anything but predictable.
Can't wait for that one, bro. I love Ryan. He's great. He's good. He's good. But Rolly is also a good fucking showman. You know, he knows how to build up a fight too. So can't wait for that one.
Amidst the growing discussion, Gervonta Davis also stepped forward to share his perspective. He stressed that people shouldn't overlook Rolly Romero, asserting that he has one of the hardest punches in the game. Commenting on Romero's power, Davis noted that when Rolly lands a punch, it truly feels like a brick coming at you. He warned Ryan Garcia not to take Rolly lightly, emphasizing that Romero's strength should not be underestimated. While praising Rolly's power, Gervonta also pointed out some flaws in his overall fighting style, particularly his lack of a strong chin. He speculated that Garcia could potentially catch him, but he also seemed confident in Romero's ability to rise to the occasion and prove his worth in the ring. With that in mind, Davis hinted that this fight could be more unpredictable than many might expect.
Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both clearly...
I ain't gonna lie, Rolly had
Yeah?
People be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously, I don't know how to say it, obviously, but yeah, if he don't got no chin now, so Rolly be getting caught, but Rolly, he can hit, bro, like he can hit. When he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks was in hood.
Expressing his opinion, Sean Porter also weighed in on the upcoming fight between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia, highlighting that both fighters have faced Gervonta Tank Davis. He believes they will capitalize on the lessons learned from their previous bouts. While Porter didn't predict a winner, he expressed strong confidence that both fighters will bring their best to the ring. According to Porter, as Ryan and Romero have evolved and sharpened their skills after their respective encounters with Davis, this is sure to be a fight worth watching, with both fighters pushing to make the most of their abilities.
Both fighters, obviously Ryan just fought Tank. I think he'll be better since fighting Tank. And then the same thing with Rolly. I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right adjustments, but took it too far, I guess, for the sake of words. But I think that they'll both be better and their fight against one another, I don't know how to.
They're both super raw.
Sharing his perspective, Andrew Tate also weighed in on the fight between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. While expressing his friendship with Ryan, Tate made it clear that he would put personal relationships aside when analyzing the fight. He went on to highlight Garcia's fighting skills, particularly his lightning-fast hands. Recalling his own fighting days, Tate admitted that he had always been wary of Ryan Garcia's abilities in the past. Looking at the upcoming matchup, Tate hinted at a potential victory for Garcia, citing his quick punches, strong defense, and overall skill set as the key factors that could give him the edge against Rolly Romero.
Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy whose hands you can't see. Those are the ones to be afraid of.
Because they're all good fighters, but Ryan's clearly your favorite.
They're all fantastic fighters. Ryan and I are good friends, you know, so we have a personal relationship there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wish disrespect on anybody. Or I don't want to jinx anybody. I just hope everybody has a great time. But I think when you can't see it coming, that's when it hurts.
You're going to be at the fight, Mason?
All right, fight fans, there you have it. Ryan Garcia is not holding back, claiming that Rolly Romero owes a part of his fame to their past sparring sessions. Meanwhile, Garcia sees it as Rolly hasn't given him the respect he truly deserves. The tension is palpable, and with so much on the line, this upcoming fight is shaping up to be one of the most explosive matchups in boxing history. As predictions continue to pour in, it's clear that both fighters have the skill to take it all the way, making this showdown on the Fatal Fury card one for the ages. Who will come out on top? Will Garcia prove his dominance, or will Rolly surprise us all? One thing's for sure, this fight is not to be missed. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Who's your pick to win this epic battle? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more fight breakdowns, and ring the bell so you won't miss a single moment as we get closer to the big night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.